I want you to be able to break free from the rat race. And if you master every single one of these rules, you might be able to retire anytime that you want to as well. And number 7 is my favorite. I've never heard anyone say it before. And the reason why it's my favorite is because it's my own personal philosophy of what I'm always working towards. So let's go through it. Number one is that money is just a game and you need to learn how to play it. Let's start here because most people are playing the wrong game. Or worse, most people don't even know that they're playing a game. And here's the truth of money. Money is just a game. And you need to learn how to play the game. Whether you like the game or you don't like the game, you can either decide, hey, I don't want to learn how to make money and I don't want to play this game because I hate this. Or you can go, well, I'm in the game. I can't escape it. I might as well become really damn good at this game. Okay. And there's 3 levels to this game that I have kind of realized as I've gotten older and started working through finances and building wealth. Level 1 is you need to learn how to make money. Like you need to learn how to earn. And we'll talk about how to earn more money today. So that's level 1. Level 2 is once you start earning money, you need to actually start getting better at saving money and learn how to manage your savings. And then level 3 is you need to invest your money. Learn how to make your money make babies. Learn how to multiply your money. So level 1, make money. Level 2, save money. Level 3, invest money. That's the framework, the game that you need to master. You need to master every single level of the game. Most people are trying to win the game and they're only working at level 1. They're hustling, they're grinding, they're trading their time for dollars, and then they wonder why they're stuck and they're not free. This is the real wealth shift, is you need to stop thinking about money as an emotional thing. So many people, including myself when I was younger, put so much emotion into money. And you need to start looking at it like a skill set that you need to build. I need to build the skill set of making money. And then I need to build a skill set of saving my money, not spending it on a whole bunch of that I don't need. And then I need to build the skill set of investing my money. Just like a basketball game has rules, just like chess has strategy, this game of money is learnable. And so it's why somebody can become a millionaire, they can lose all of it, and they can build it all back tenfold in a couple years because they've already mastered the game. And so I want you to start looking at money as a game that you need to learn, a skill set that you need to be able to build. Start thinking to yourself, what do I need to learn? Where can I learn? What YouTubes can I follow? What books can I read? What do I need to do to be able to get the skill set and the knowledge into my brain? That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is you get paid by how much value you bring to the market. I want to make this stupid simple for you, right? If you don't get paid enough, you need to make yourself more valuable. That's it. That's the whole game of making money. Money doesn't care about your potential. Money doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about how hard you've been trying. It doesn't care about what you want. It cares about value. You get paid by the amount of value that you bring to the marketplace. If you want to earn more, you need to just become more valuable. So that could mean that you start solving bigger problems. It could mean that you serve more people. It could mean that you get results faster or better or easier than anyone else. You know, if you think about like a salesperson, right? If you're just an average salesperson, I'm sorry, but you're replaceable pretty much any time. But if you are the best salesperson on the team, you're almost unfireable because you bring so much value to that company that that company actually needs you. And so the shift is to stop chasing money and to start chasing value, start chasing impact. How can I make myself more valuable? How can I bring more impact to the marketplace? Money always follows the value. So that's rule number 2. And we will be right back. Hey, I want to interrupt today's episode to tell you about my sponsor. It is me, myself. If you didn't know, I obviously have some coaching programs outside of the podcast to help you learn and grow and become a better version of yourself. Step-by-step programs and processes to help you become better in your life and create the life that you want. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to coachwithrob.com. Once again, coachwithrob.com. Check it out. And let's get back to the episode. Rule number 3, super important, okay, is to invest in skills before stocks. Like we all love talking about investing in stocks, and there's all the crypto bros and the finance guys and real estate. And I'll talk about those soon, but the best investment that you can ever make is the one that is into yourself. The best ROI over the term of your entire life is not going to be Bitcoin. It's not going to be any of that crypto. It's going to be your own personal knowledge. Everything in this world can be taken from you, all the way down to the shirt off your back, but your knowledge. That can never be taken from you. Whatever you build into your brain is the thing that you have that's there with you until the day that you die. And so let me ask you a question. When we look at this, what's the problem that you solve? With whatever it is that you do, what's the problem that you solve? Because the problem that you solve determines your pay. And so you've got to start thinking, well, how can I learn more? How can I invest more into my own knowledge and skill set to make myself more valuable so that I can solve bigger problems? If you look at a barista, solves a $4 problem. A neurosurgeon solves a $40,000 problem. A entrepreneur can solve a $40 million problem. So if you want to make more money, simply ask yourself, how can I solve bigger problems? And then what do I need to learn in order to solve that problem? I heard a phrase that I love, and I think it's so true. And it's that an entrepreneur is someone who takes somebody else's problem and makes it their own. They go, that's a problem in the marketplace. I need to solve that problem. The bigger problem that you solve, the more money you will make. Hands down, that simple. Rule number 4 is to try to master one thing. This is where most people mess up. There's knowledge everywhere. You can learn anything that you want to learn nowadays. But most people's knowledge is a mile wide and like an inch deep, right? They know a little bit about a lot of things. And they think they need to learn more about a lot of things to be more successful. But the most successful people that I've ever met, they know a lot, like way more than the rest of the world about one thing. One thing, maybe two, but usually one thing. I want my knowledge and the way I think about it, I want it to be an inch wide, but a mile deep. Like that's how you become world class at something. That's how you become one of the best in the world at what it is that you do, is that you have more knowledge in this thing than almost anybody else in the world does. And the truth is, the best in the world at anything can charge ultra premium prices. They don't have to hustle for gigs. They don't have to compete on pricing. They don't need to offer discounts. They just set their price and people will pay it. So you have to stop dabbling. You have to just pick one thing for yourself. Go deep into that thing, become obsessed, and build real expertise. That is the fastest way to wealth. Now you might say to yourself, but what if I'm into something that's really weird? Like what if it's odd or if it's different? Well, I'll give you a couple of examples of people who are, very odd and different in their skill set and make a lot of money. The number one ant YouTuber, you heard me say it, A-N-T, ant YouTuber, is a guy on YouTube named Ants Canada who built a massive audience. He's got over 6 million followers talking about ant colonies. He's not a biologist. He's just obsessed. And now he sells ant farms and he has a thriving e-commerce brand, millions of views every single month, all from being world-class at ants. And so he just went an inch wide, but a mile deep, and now his bugs pay his bills, right? He gets $30,000 to $40,000 a month just off of his views on YouTube. He makes even more than that off of sponsorships, and he makes even more of that, millions of dollars off of his own products. And he's obsessed with ants. There's a woman who makes over 6 figures a month teaching people how to decorate sugar cookies. There's a guy who became a millionaire by selling rare Japanese pencils. So just follow what you love or are most interested in. If you think it's weird, there's other weirdos out there who are interested in the same thing. Become obsessed with something. So that's rule number 4. Rule number 5 is you need to get your money to make you more money. It needs to make you more babies. And so let's talk about investing. At some point, your money has to go to work for you. You can't do the heavy lifting forever. This can be done by investing into companies if you wanted to do that. It's very risky to do that, just so you know, just to invest directly into a company. Like I've done this and I've had some really good success with investing into companies, but I've also been kicked in the teeth a few times with investing into companies. I've never talked about any of my investments ever, but there's a couple of companies that have done really well for me I can tell you about. One of them is a very low sugar candy company that's called Joyride. And it just started exploding because they put Ryan Trahan, who is a huge YouTuber, on the cover of it. And he sells it. He got a portion of the company. They like 5x'd in a year. So that company, Joyride, is one of them. Another company that I invested in is a zero carb pasta company called It's Skinny. And they were just originally pasta. And now they do a whole bunch of other foods and stuff as well. So I've made money with those, but I've also lost money with those. And here's the deal with those. Investing it's not just about hype. It's about strategy and research and patience. And sometimes, not even sometimes, a lot of luck really is what it comes down to. So if you're not willing to jump into those high risk ventures, simple compound interest is what I recommend every single person listening pays attention to and starts to become obsessed with. It's not sexy, but it's super predictable. And so the easiest way to do it, and this is not financial advice, you can do your own Google searching, but the simplest way to do it, in my opinion, is a low cost index fund. So instead of investing into like one single company and hoping that they win, with a low cost index fund, you invest in basically the top 500 companies in the United States. And on average, after inflation, you're making about 7 to 10% every single year after inflation on average the past 50 to 100 years. So you don't really need big wins. You just need to put your money to work where it's going to grow in the background and you can just set it and forget it. And your money over time should be working behind the scenes. And so, you don't need to start investing once you've saved $10,000. You can do it with $10. And, if you Google interest calculator and you actually see, hey, if I average 8% per year and I put this much money in and I add this much per month, you'll see your money in 20 years is worth way more than you would have thought it would have been. And then you're going, well, you know what? I should stop buying things. I should start investing. If you did decide to invest $10,000 into an S&P 500 index fund and then just never put any other dollar into it, just $10,000 and you just leave it there, and you happen to get an 8% return, in 10 years, you'd have $21,600. In 20 years, you'd have $46,600. And in 30 years, that $10,000 would be worth $100,600. So compound interest is your best friend. I would figure out some sort of way to start getting into it. That's for number 5. Number 6, you need to eventually get to the point where you stop trading time for money. You won't be there yet, but you need to eventually get there. You need to be able to figure out a way to make money while you sleep. AKA real wealth is created when your money makes money and you don't have to trade your time to make more of it. The goal for everyone listening is you either need to get into investments so that it makes you money while you sleep and while you're not paying attention to it in the background, or you can start a business or buy a business where you can make money anytime. Passive income isn't a myth. It's just not instant. It's something that you need to work towards. And so as a result of building something that you put time into, you should be able to remove yourself from that business if you ran a business where you don't have to stay there every single moment in order to survive. And so it could be creating an online course. It could be having an Amazon product. It could be a Shopify store where people can buy from you at any time, anywhere in the world. It could be a YouTube channel. It could be rental properties. A business can be used in that as well with systems and with people. This year was the very first time I took a 3-week vacation with my family and didn't work 1 minute while I was there. And so the business actually did better when I was gone. I was like, man, maybe I should just stop working. Maybe I should stop showing up completely. They did better without me. And so that's a way that you can start building something where you don't have to trade your time for money. The point is, stop trading time for money. Eventually, you need to get to that point. Because until you break that cycle, you can never fully escape the rat race. And it's talking of escaping, we're going to go to number 7, which is my favorite one. And I think this is my rule. Rule number 7 is the purpose of money is to get free. This one's my favorite because it comes from me. But if you remember nothing else, remember this. The purpose of money is not to buy things. It's to get free. And so the way I like to think about it is something that's called escape velocity. Okay? Escape velocity is when a rocket eventually breaks through the Earth's gravity, and it doesn't. If it doesn't break through this, what's called escape velocity, it will fall back down to the Earth, no matter how far it goes or how close it gets to the speed. If it doesn't hit a certain speed and momentum, it will fall back to Earth. But if it hits this speed and it goes through the atmosphere, it's out and it won't come back down. So think of money the exact same way. You can grind, you can hustle, you can survive, but until you build up enough, invest it wisely, and it makes you more money, you will stay stuck in the rat race forever. And so escape velocity is when your investments make more money than you need to live. That's escape velocity, where you're like, I don't need to be here anymore. I don't need to work anymore. I don't need to trade my time for money anymore. That's when you're finally free of the system. And it's possible for anyone listening, but you got to stop buying stupid, right? And so it's like the way you want to think about it is, I want to be free. And so stop trying to impress people. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Stop trying to get a brand new phone every single year. Start playing the real game, and the real game is get free. Money is made to buy things to survive, and then after that, it needs to be used to break you free from the system. I honestly don't think that I could stress it enough, because we live in a world that we have been taught to consume, to buy, to keep up with the Joneses, but being a consumer keeps you stuck. You don't want to be stuck. You want to be free. And so that is the point of money, is to get you free, to hit escape velocity so that you don't need to do any more trading your time for money. So quick recap on the 7 rules. Number 1, money is a game. Learn to play all 3 levels. Number 2, you get paid for your value. Become indispensable. Number 3, invest in skills before stocks. Solve bigger problems. Number 4, master one thing. Number 5, let money make you more money. Invest it wisely. Number 6, make money while you sleep, which is build systems or assets. And then number 7, the goal is freedom, not flexing. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. Based off of what you've been watching recently, out of all of the hundreds of videos I've posted, YouTube has picked this one for you to watch next. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any more videos, click this button right here.